Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Welcome back to another video podcast. This is Misa.
And this is Yuka.
And welcome to the
Misa Yuka podcast.
So every Mondays, I'll be posting our podcast episodes on my main channel. So I hope you guys subscribe. So what's today's topic, Yuka?
Today's topic is about apartment hunting
apartment
Tokyo.
Hunting. And I also got new bangs.
We also cut our hair.
Yeah, we also cut our hair. It's my first set of bangs in my whole entire life. So I don't know if you guys like it. Let me know if you like it.
So you used to have bangs when you were little.
That's true. But then I was like, no.
You
bangs.
also looked like that.
Really? When I was little?
Yeah, your bangs looked like that.
Maybe I am a baby. Yay. Okay, so apartments. Apartment hunting in Japan. So that is our topic for this week.
Yes.
Apartment hunting.
Maybe apartment hunting specifically in Tokyo.
Japan, in Tokyo. So we're trying to move to a better place. I mean, this place is really good, nice too, but we're trying to move. And I've been searching for the past 4 weeks for a good apartment. And it is so hard.
Yeah.
And I still haven't found a place.
Yes.
And
so what are the difficulties you are facing?
Yeah. So the whole thing, I think maybe it is the same for apartment hunting in the States or anywhere. But first there's this first step of trying to looking up places on a website, right? And there's there's two main websites, Sumo and Homes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like a Craigslist in the States. But those are the two websites. And then every time you call, they might say, oh, yes, it's still available, or no, it's not available.
Mm-hmm.
And there are so many times when a house is on there and it's not available anymore.
Yeah, it's listed, but it's not available.
Yeah, and they only list it so that they can
fish you.
Yeah, they fish you so that they come to their place and then they can introduce you to other things, other houses, so that they get the money.
That's really annoying.
Yeah, so that's the first step you have to do. You have to kind of get over that barrier of finding an available house.
I think before step 1, step 0 is knowing where to find.
That's knowing
the place you want to live in.
Yeah.
So the area is really difficult, I think. There's so many areas. And so you kind of have to ask around. And people will have similar opinions, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this place is good, this place is bad.
Yeah. Towns, right? Cities.
Yeah.
Because I think every city in Japan is so different.
Mm-hmm.
Ueno is so different from Akihabara, and they're so close to each other.
Yeah.
They're yeah, so every town, even though if it's maybe one station away from each other, it is so difficult.
The vibes are so different.
Yeah.
Even if remember, the train stations can be next to each other, but one will feel like it's a rural town, and then all of a sudden it's a bustling city. So,
yeah. Japan is a land of wonders.
Yes, it's so interesting.
Yeah, and that's why each place is so different. Mm-hmm. It's so it's hard to find to be settled to one place.
Yeah, so you kind of have to go to that area and then look around and see if you would fit in. And you have to do that every time for new areas, and that takes a lot of time.
And effort. I am so done with this apartment hunting, and I still haven't found a place. But yes, that is the hardest thing.
And then another thing about Tokyo people, they don't look at the house.
They don't look at the inside part
of the house, yeah, and they just
apply. And they contract with that house, with the owner, without even looking at what's actually inside.
Yeah.
It's because it's so competitive, and the houses can be taken at any moment.
Yeah.
Right? And so it can be gone after a day. And so you kind of have to be prepared to be able to sign up or contract with them and pay for everything. Even before you look at the house. So that's the third thing, right? And then okay, once you like found a place, right? Now it's time to like about payments. Let's talk about like money because it's okay. So the first month when you contract with them, there's just like money that you have to pay on top of your rent. You have to pay this like thing called shikiking and reiking.
Yes.
Yeah. So shikiking, that means like you pay money so that when you like move out in the future, they can use that money for cleaning the apartment.
It's like a deposit.
Yeah. And then so like sometimes like you can get some money back, but most of the times you don't really get money back. They use all of your money to like clean everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one is like raking is like when you pay to the owner just like a thank you money.
Yeah.
It's like
it's ridiculous.
It's literally like the owner didn't do anything, but we have to pay raking. Like thank you
for letting me borrow your place.
Yeah. And then the third one is called it's the chukai tesuryo, which is like when the agent, the real estate agent helps you find the place, so you give them a certain like percentage. Sometimes, most of the times 100%. Sometimes they can offer you a discount and it's like 50%. But yeah, there's like so much money like
tops each other, and then it becomes like probably, it depends on the rent, but it becomes around like
$5,000 to like $10,000 for the first initial like payment you put into, right? Yeah. It's like ridiculous, right?
It's pretty ridiculous. It's an expensive shopping. But the good thing is, I think the hikoshi, the movers, they're really like low, right?
The payments?
Yeah, the payments are really low for them.
So like the people who move, like the guys who help us move. The movers? Yeah. I guess so. It's like cheaper than
really cheap.
Normal. It's around like maybe $300 to $500, right? So that's really cheap and stuff, and they do a really good job with like from like putting all your dishes into one place, and I don't know, they just do an amazing job. Like I think the service is really good here. Yeah, I think it's just the initial payment part
is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Like you have to pay for insurance, the new key replacement, cleaning. I was like, what? Yeah. So there's just a lot of things that has to get done first. Yes. And then the fourth part is if you are not like a actual like salary guy, like men, like a person who works at corporate, it's like a lot harder to get a place, right? Yeah. So in that case, you kind of have to, you can make fake documents, like fake documents. Like if you are not working at corporate, you can make fake documents, and then like really based on like what you actually get, then you can turn that in to the company, like to the real estate, and then you can get a place. Like it might be a lot easier if you say you work at a corporate when you don't. But if you do work at a corporate, good for you, right? Yeah. It's a lot easier.
And then it's just like in Japan, there's not much, we don't have a credit score. So that thing doesn't exist. So that's why we need a lot of trust. And the trust comes from the company that you work for. And so having that fact is really important. And that's why people enjoy, or not, they don't enjoy, but like you're more trusted if you work for a company.
Yeah. Isn't that so crazy?
It's interesting. We should have credit scores.
Yeah, I think we should.
We should have credit scores.
I feel like, yeah, no, seriously.
Like you can't buy a house, you can't buy a car without like working for a company.
And I think like, I mean, it's not, it's not like a bad idea to be working for corporate, but I feel like maybe Korea or like even in the States, like it's more glamorized, or like you get like your income ceiling is like limitless, right? It's limitless when you're not working for corporate.
Yeah, and it's also really funny because like some freelancers make a lot of money, but then you're not trusted because
Yeah, because you're not working
for
at corporate. Yeah.
It's so funny. But
yeah. That's really hard.
But it doesn't mean that you can't get a place or buy a car or whatever without working for a company. You just need to show how much you have and provide like other documents that prove your trustworthiness. Yeah, and then you're good to go.
Yeah, and like how much taxes you pay and stuff. Like the more taxes you pay, like the more you're making money.
Yeah.
But
so that's why you're more trusted.
Yeah. So it's like hard to gain trust in Japan unless like you're working at a very stable place, right? And which is like, I feel like not the case these days, right? I feel like a lot of younger people are not wanting to work for corporate and they want to kind of do their own.
Yeah.
For some reason. So I don't know. Yeah. But I think like now we're going to be talking about the good parts about apartments in Japan. I think like it really depends on what you're trying to get and like what you can pay for, but you don't get mice. You don't get rodents. You don't it's fairly clean.
Yeah.
I think. When I look back to when I was studying at UC Berkeley, San Francisco, Berkeley area, it was so like gross.
Yeah, it was
really very
gross.
dirty. Yeah, I got rodents in my like mice, like thousands, not thousands, maybe hundreds of mice in my house.
I've actually never had that before.
Yeah. It's so crazy. You would see like mice
Ew.
in a rice bag.
Ew. And they're pretty fat.
They're pretty fat.
They're fat.
Yeah, and when we had to get mouse traps. Yeah, mouse traps. And in the morning, you would hear squeaks.
No.
Mice squeaking because they will be trapped, like not even 1, 3 at a time. 3? Yeah.
No,
so
that's so gross.
It's so gross. And I feel like, and then like bed bugs you'll find in the States, but
so gross.
You won't find any of that.
But you can get like dani.
That's true.
Yeah.
Dani is like, flies.
Fleas.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Fleas. Sorry.
Flies.
But yeah. And then I think everything, and then we have our big bathtubs.
Right. And then also the shower room, it's also a dryer.
Oh, yeah.
Becomes a dryer, so you can wash your clothes, hang them in the shower room, and then it
dries for you.
Your clothes for you.
Yeah, it's really tech savvy.
Yeah.
So those are the things I think, like, just like apartments are fairly nice, like fairly clean.
Yeah, and you can also like throw away your trash 24 hours, depending on the place though.
Yeah.
But that's also really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, like security's nice. Everything is like pretty much nice, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except, I'm going to talk about the cons again. I don't think there's a lot of like designer, like the Western style. I mean, it is Japan, so you kind of have to, the design, like the house design is more Japanese style. I feel like we have a pretty modern place right now, but like if you're looking for like a New York kind of style house, like you wouldn't really
you won't find it here because we're in Japan.
Yeah. And I'm on Instagram so much, and like I'm like seeing all these like New York style houses. I'm like, oh, and I'm trying to look for them in Japan. There is none. So if you are trying to look for like a really aesthetic place, it might be kind of hard.
Yeah. I mean, those are like it's called designer homes, and they do have them in Japan, but they just don't have storage, or it's just hard to live in those places.
Right.
Like if you want to live a normal life, but a pretty aesthetic life, it's really hard.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not hard to find.
Yeah. So overall, do you like living in Japan?
I do. I think it's so convenient.
I know.
Like the convenience store is right in front of your place. Transportation's great.
Yeah.
You know, so I think overall living in Japan
is nice. 10 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Yeah.
Except for apartment hunting is like 0 out of 10.
Yeah. But I think it's a lot better than apartment hunting in the States.
It depends. That also depends.
Yeah, it depends.
Too.
Everything depends.
It really depends.
Everything depends.
Because for you, I think you were looking for around like, university town.
Yeah, that's true.
I was looking around downtown.
Your town. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it really depends.
Yes. But this is just our experience trying to look for a house in Japan. So
Yeah.
as of now, I will be maybe vlogging some of the things like the apartment move when I find a place. When, not if, but when I find a place. So I'll keep you guys updated. Okay. So I think this was like pretty long, but thank you for listening until the very end, and I hope you guys have a great day
and a great life.
I'll see you guys in my next video, and we'll be please
like, follow, comment,
and look forward to our vloggies on this channel too. All right, see you.
Bye.
Bye.